Good morning. For our session today, let us recall what arithmetic sequences are, the formula for arithmetic sequences, finding the nth term of an arithmetic sequence, and then na-define na sa PowerPoint previously yung arithmetic series, but let us derive the formula for that during this session. Right? Now again, for your entry ticket items, balikan, try i-recall kung ito yung pinasa nyo, tama ba? Number 5, dapat, yes, this is an arithmetic series with a common difference of 5. Number 9, a sub 50 is 176. And s sub 7, number 13, means the sum of the first 7 terms of the sequence. Ito makukuha nyo by brute force. Pwede nyo i-add yung 7 terms, which what most of you did in the entry ticket. Answer should have been 1,750. Okay? Now, recall lang. Ito yung nakita nyo sa PowerPoint. Sa ilalim na derive naman na yung formula for finding the nth term of an arithmetic sequence. Now, the nth term, a sub n, is given by the first term, a sub 1, plus the quantity n minus 1 times the common difference d. Okay? Napakadali naman yan. Now, let's answer some examples. Here, given the sequence 4, 7, 10, 13, ang tanong, pang ilang term? Which term is 301? No? Pang ilang term daw. Given tayo ng sequence ito. So, what do we know here? Ang alam natin dito ay kung sino si A sub 1. Alam ko na si A sub 1 ay si 4. Ano pa alam natin dito? Now, from the first few terms here, I also know what the common difference is. The common difference, 7 minus 4, that is 3. Now, itong 301, anong silbi nitong 301? Siya yung nth term. No, ang tinatanong kasi which term, pang ilang term si 301. So 301 is equal to a sub n. Siya yung nth term. Ang problema natin dito, hindi natin alam ay si n. No, so let's look for n. So what do we do here? We go back to our equation, ano? A sub n is equal to a sub 1 plus the quantity n minus 1 times d. Right? So ulit, kilala natin si a sub n, siya si 301. Kilala ko din si a sub 1, siya si 4. Si n minus 1, ang hindi ko alam kung sino. Kasi hindi ko alam si n eh. But I know the common difference to be 3. So let's solve for n. It's 301 equals 4 plus 3n minus 3. Okay? Very simple. 301 equals 4 minus 3. That's a 1 plus 3n. I use APE. I have 300 equals 3n. Therefore, n must be 100. No? Ibig sabihin, si 301 ang 100th term ng sequence. Okay? Next. The third term of an arithmetic sequence is 8 and the 16th term is 47. Hanapin daw si a sub 1, first term, at si d, common difference. No? Ang problema dito, yung arithmetic sequence natin, putol. We are only given the third term and the 16th term. Hindi natin alam kung sino si first term. So, problematic din yan sa paghanap ng common difference. But let's lay out what we know so far. Again, we know a sub 3. We know that to be 8. And we also know a sub 16. We know that to be 47. So what do we do here? No? Try to imagine this. If you have an arithmetic sequence, let's give an example. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, no? The natural numbers. No? That's an arithmetic sequence. In that, the common difference is 1 and the first term is 1. Okay? So, ano yan? Arithmetic sequence yan. Now, imagine nyo to, no? If I pick out successive terms from within the sequence, let's say I take these 3 consecutive terms. Note how the entire sequence in pink, si 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and so on and so forth. Arithmetic sequence siya. But notice, if I take consecutive terms, however many they are, from within that arithmetic sequence, hindi ba yung terms na yun also form an arithmetic sequence? Tama, di ba? Arithmetic sequence din naman siya. So to use that idea in answering this particular example, we can imagine that instead of having a third term and a 16th term, what if I imagine a sub 3 to be for now my a sub 1? Kumbaga, instead of having 8 as the third term, sisimulan ko yung pagbilang mula dun sa term na yon sa 8. And I will take that for now as the first term. Kasi nga, within an arithmetic sequence, there are also, if you pick consecutive terms there are also arithmetic sequences within arithmetic sequences. No? The terms inside an AS, an arithmetic sequence, also form an arithmetic sequence. So, iti-treat ko muna for now na first term ko si A, 8. No? And note what I did. From the third term, ginawa ko siyang first term. No? So, ang N ko, nagbawas ako ng dalawa. Umatras ng dalawa. So, dapat itong 16 na atras din ng dalawa. So, the 14th term for now, I will treat 47 to be my 14th term. No? From within the arithmetic sequence that I am concerned with. Gets? So, what do I do here? No? Ang hindi natin alam dito ay si A sub 1 at si D. No? Originally, no? But now that I have a subsequence, if you will, from within the pink, no? Ang pwede kong hanapin muna ay si common difference. Diba? So, yun ang gagawin natin ngayon. No? Let's go back to our equation. A sub n equals A sub 1 plus the quantity n minus 1 times D. And I plug in what I know. A sub 14 here is 47. First term is 8. N minus 1. Ang n ko ngayon ay 14. So, 14 minus 3 times the common difference D, which I do not know. Okay? So, you have 47 equals 8 plus, this will be a, why is this a 3? This is supposed to be a 1. That's a 13D. 13D. There you go. And then, I have 47 minus 8, that's 13.9, equals 13D. Tama? Therefore, D must be equal to 3. Okay, may isa na tayo. No? D is equal to 3. Now, remember that 8 is not really my first term, it's my third term. So, to look for the actual first term, I can just do it manually. I know that my third term anyway is 8 and I know the common difference is 3. So I go back 3 steps. 8 minus 3, 5. That's my second term right there. No? That's A sub 2. And then I go back once more by 3 to land on my actual A sub 1, which is 2. Tama? Okay, pause. Balikan kung kinakailangan i-digest. Good. Next. Ito, try natin i-derive ngayon yung ating formula for arithmetic series. No? Now, consider the sequence 3, 5, 7, 9, etc. etc. The series denotation, we can write it as S sub n, sum of the first n terms, is equal to 3 plus 5 plus 7 plus 9. Remember, by definition, ang series is the indicated sum of a certain number of terms. So, S sub n is the sum of the first n terms of the sequence. So, again, that's called an arithmetic series. Now, let's find a way to find a formula, if you will, an equation to solve for an arithmetic series given a certain sequence and the number of terms that we're supposed to add. Right? Now, let's start with something that we know. Ano ba alam natin dito? Let's start with writing S sub n. S sub n, the sum of the first n terms of a sequence. No? Let's just write it out. Kasi kapag nakukuha mo ng sum ng isang sequence, you're just adding all the terms. Yeah? So, I can add the first term, A sub 1, then add to it the second term, but instead of writing A sub 2, I will instead write A sub 1 plus D. Diba, nakukuha mo naman talaga yung succeeding terms by adding the common difference D. So, yun yung second term ko. And then the third term, of course, I would write as A sub 1 plus 2D. O, diba? Plus dot, dot, dot. Ang problema, hindi ko alam kung hanggang ilan ako titigil, ano? Kasi S sub n, n terms. So instead, let's look at this, no? What if I start from the end instead? Ano ba yung last term natin? Ano ba yung nth term natin sa isang arithmetic sequence? Di ba A sub n naman talaga? A sub n. Ang denotation natin for the nth term of an arithmetic sequence. So kung nth term ko or last term ko ay A sub n, paano kukunin yung second to the last term? Di yung last term mo, bawasan mo ng d. Common difference. Tama? Tapos itong third to the last, term ko, bawasan ko pa ulit ng isa pang d. So, a sub n minus 2d. Tama? Yan yung itsura niyan. Okay? Now, you should be able to see at this point, parang may something special dito, sir. Can mix and match certain terms and get to something that will be common. May makita kang pattern. Ano? Try to observe muna. Pause nyo muna and then try to observe for patterns. Okay, na-play nyo na dapat. Kung may nakita kayo o wala, tingnan natin. Look at this. No? Is there a way, sir, to simplify this? Tingnan mabuti, ha? If I pair up the first term and the last term a sub n and add them together, what do I get? A sub 1 plus a sub n. Tama? Pero pwede ko rin gawin yun sa second term tsaka sa second to the last term. Look at this. Meron man siyang plus d rito, may minus d ako dyan. They cancel each other off. So actually, second term at second to the last term, if I sum them up, I would also get a sub 1 plus a sub n. And note that it's the same here for this particular pairing. A sub 1 plus 2d plus a sub n minus 2d. Magka-cancel out lang yung 2d. No? At negative 2d. I will still get a sub 1 plus a sub n. Diba? Elegant. And have those pairings. Now, what can we do with those pairings, sir? Anong pakialam ko dyan? Look at this, ha? Let's try this out. So, instead of having my equation for S sub n like this, let's rewrite it, but this time around, I will flip the terms order. No, ibig sabihin, I'll start with a sub n and then go backwards. Look at this. S sub n pa rin siya, but instead of writing the first term in front, I will write the last term a sub n. No? And then move backward. Plus, second to the last term is a sub n minus d plus a sub n minus 2d plus plus. So ngayon palang lilitaw dapat yung third term na si a sub 1. Ito siya, binaliktad mo lang yung order. Plus 2d plus a sub 1 plus d plus a sub 1. No? Look at these two equations. They're exactly the same. No? Pareho-pareho lang yan. Pinagbaliktad ko lang yung order ng terms. In-apply ko lang yung commutative property of addition. So what do we do now, sir? Anong gagawin natin dyan? Imagine if I decide to add these two equations. Add natin. No? Ang lalabas dyan? S sub n plus S sub n, that's 2 S sub n equals. Look at this pairing right here. A sub 1 plus A sub n. Di meron kang A sub 1 plus A sub n. Plus, look at this pairing. A sub 1 plus A sub n, magka-cancel out ang d at negative d, I will still get my a sub 1 plus a sub n. Diba? Third pairing, can expect, will be the same. A sub n, blah, 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 dot. Hanggang dulo, tinan mo yung dulo, ganun pa rin siya. A sub 1 plus a sub n. Tama? But the question is, how many terms are these in white? Ilang a sub 1 plus a sub n yan? Correct. N. Kasi n yan, no? Sum of n terms, eh. So, this, if you count them all, that's n terms in all. N sila lahat-lahat. Ibig sabihin, I can rewrite this equation in white as 2 S sub n equals n times the quantity a sub 1 plus a sub n. O, diba? And remember, we're trying to look for a formula for a sub n, s sub n rather. So I can divide both sides by 2. I will get s sub n equals n over 2 multiplied by the quantity a sub 1 plus a sub n. This is our first equation right there to solve for, to evaluate an arithmetic series. Di ba? That's n over 2 multiplied by the quantity a sub 1 plus a sub n. Now, there's another version to this. No, kasi dito makikita nyo sa equation na to, meron kang term sa loob ng group na a sub n. But remember, meron tayong equation para sa a sub n eh. Diba sa ibabaw, look, a sub n, the nth term, is a sub 1 plus the quantity n minus 1 times d. So I can substitute this expression for a sub n. What do I get? I will get s sub n equals n over 2 multiplied by a sub 1. Tapos si a sub n, papalitan ko ito na sa taas. Plus a sub 1 plus n minus 1 times d. Let's clean that up a bit. I will get s sub n equals n over 2 multiplied by the quantity 2a sub 1 plus n minus 1, quantity n minus 1 times d. This is my second formula. Sir, anong distinction? When do I use which formula? Look at the first one. I use the first one kapag ang given ko, ang meron ako ay last term, the nth term, a sub n. The second formula I use kapag ang given naman ako ay common difference. No? Again, I use the first one kung alam ko ang nth term. I use the second one pag alam ko ang common difference. Okay? Again, pause. Kung kinakailangan, digest, balikan ng ating derivation. Now, proceed with the examples. Find the sum of 2 plus 4 plus 6 plus blah 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 hanggang 40. Okay, so ngayon may formulas tayo, dalawa. But which do we use? Sino bang alam natin? Common difference or the nth term? In fact, we know both. But let's use the second one. The first one, because we know what the last term is. But again, note, whichever you use should be fine. So how do I do this? I will use my first formula, limbawa, no? S sub n equals n over 2 multiplied by a sub 1 plus a sub n. Okay? So, s sub n, dali nito, look, n over 2, ilang bang terms ito? 2 to 40, ilan ba yan? Si 2, hindi ba yan si 2 times 1? Si 4, si 2 times 2. Ito si 2 times 3. Ito si 2 times 20. So, look at this, first term, second term, third. So, there must be 20 terms in all. So, that's 20 over 2 multiplied by the first term, 2 plus the last term, 40. Diba? No problem. 20 over 2 is 10. 40 plus 2 is 42. Therefore, the sum of the first n terms, 20 terms in this case, is 420. And now you can try out the other formula and it should work also. 420 rin dapat ang iyong makuha ang sagot. Okay? Next. Find the sum of the first 15 terms of the arithmetic sequence 4, 7, 10, 13, blah, 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 blah. Ito yung sinasabi kong paggamit ng second formula. Kasi hindi natin alam kung ano yung nth term. Pero alam ko yung common difference and alam ko rin kung alin yung n. Hinahanap ko na sum of the first how many terms. No? I'm looking for the sum of the first 15 terms. So this is when the second formula is most useful. So I go s sub n equals n over 2 multiplied by 2 a sub 1 plus n minus 1 times d. Yeah? So what do I get here? N over 2, 15 terms daw eh. So that's 15 over 2. Okay? Multiplied by 2 times the first term, 4, plus n is 15. So that's 15 minus 1 times the common difference. I just look at these two. 7 minus 4 yan. That's 3. Tama? So that will be 15 over 2 times, this is 8 plus, that's 14 times 3, that's 42. Correct. And then I go 15 over 2 times, this is 50. 50 over 2, that's 25. Times 15, that should be 375. Diba? Napakadali. You can verify on your own, pero dapat yan ang nakuha yung sagot, 375. Okay? And last, find the sum of the summation as n goes from 1 to 30, 130 rather, of the expression 4n plus 5. Okay? So, mukhang kailangan ko ng calculator dito. But let's see. So, what is my... ang di ko alam yung nth term. No? Pero pwede ko malaman, I evaluate. But let's maybe use the second formula, yung gumagamit ng common difference. So, how do we do that? Kunin muna natin si a sub 1. Paano kunin sa a sub 1? Evaluate mo yung expression 4. Salpak mo yung 1 plus 5. So, by that same principle, a sub 2 is 4 times 2 plus 5. The first term is 9, 8, 13. Ang second term ko. Which means my common difference is 4. Diba? So, with that, I think we can already plug in those values in our formula. S sub n equals n over 2 multiplied by 2 a sub 1 plus the quantity n minus 1 times the common difference d. Huh? So we're looking for the sum of the first 130 terms. It's going to be 130 over 2 multiplied by 2 times the first term. Ano yung first term natin? 9. Right there. Plus 130 minus 1. There's going to be 129 later. And then the common difference is 4. Yeah? 130 over 2, that's 65. Times 18 plus, what's this? 130 times 4 ay 520 minus 4, 516. Ito, kailangan ko na ng calculator. 18, 516 plus 18 multiplied by, ano nga yun? 65. Okay. So, if you simplify this, you should get 34,710. Okay? Again, balikan ng lecture kung kinakailangan. Punta sa consultation room kung kinakailangan magtanong. Otherwise, ang next task nyo ay syempre, ang mga entry and exit tickets. Hanapin na lang din sa post. Okay? Thank you.